So I will be explaining you to guide people how you can groom people, how you can solve technical issues, how to place the fixations, and how to maintain the gap and flush required in that area. Okay.
Okay.
So you say there are two adjacent parts, and there is exactly 1 mm gap you need to maintain. So you imagine there is a rectangle. So what kind of locators will you place so that along the periphery you will be maintaining 1 mm of gap from the adjacent part? These kind of questions will come to you in the interview, or these kind of situations will come to you in your job day-to-day life. Okay, after you are having 3 to 4 years of experience. Okay,
Okay.
you would be sitting with the team, you would be discussing those things, that how we can get a solution for this kind of problems. Okay,
Okay.
then how is your knowledge on tooling? How well are you in the tooling concepts, in the slider, lifter direction? Are you aware of those things?
Yeah, main tool direction, external undercuts, we are using slider. For internal undercuts, we are using lifters.
Yeah. So when I will ask you this question in the interview, what I expect you to say is basically main tool direction is generally the assembly direction, and
Yes.
main tool direction is the direction in which the cavity is moving. Basically, core is fixed and cavity is
Okay.
moved. So this is kind of the technical knowledge that you need. Okay,
Okay.
that you need to get a better switch and to sustain there. See,
Yes.
you may get a switch, you may even get a job in an tier 1 company or an OEM as you wish for now. But sustaining there is also an important aspect to think on. Okay, Joel.
Yes.
Yeah, so like we can help you in getting that knowledge, which is going to sustain you for minimum 10 to 12 years from now. And
Okay.
why I'm saying 10 to 12 years, because you will be shifting to management. You will be
Okay.
managing client. You will be working with the supplier. You will be discussing with the OEM. If you are a tier one, if you are in a tier one company, you will be doing meetings with the clients and the suppliers, working on DFM phase, then working on the issues that are generating, that are getting in the manufacturing processes. So that will be a role. So it will be an advanced role. So basically, to get into that advanced role, you need some basic knowledge in the job field that we will be giving to you, and that can help you to go in a long run for minimum 10 to 12 years. Okay.
Okay.
So now here what you can learn is, like I asked you the question, how can you maintain a 1 mm gap, exact 1 mm gap, not even zero point 0.5 mm, not even 1.5 mm. So there you have to give some like there are locators, there are two-way locators, four-way locators, right? You may be knowing these things, right? Yeah. So basically, how to place that locators is a task. That is an engineer's job. Okay. So you will be learning those things, that how to design things according to the requirement. Like you said, now I can do A to B conversion. Okay, I can do clash analysis, I can do draft analysis. So these are the things which are already, basically you can use commands. What I can say is, okay, so this is basically CAD knowledge, what I can see, what I can judge in way. So
Okay.
what I require from an engineer, that he knows the reason behind the CAD. Okay. He knows why it is done and why what should not be done first. If you once you know what should not be done, what should be done is just a next step. So basically you should learn to avoid mistakes so that you can do the correct thing in the first place. Okay. So why there is not first time right concept in many companies? Because they don't have a strategy to avoid mistakes. So this is what can make you stand out and get placed in an interview without any problem. Okay. So you will be guided on the tooling front, you will be guided on the manufacturing front, what all things are necessary to make a part manufacturable, to make a part feasible, to make a part fitment feasible and manufacturing feasible. Okay,
Okay.
there are two things. First, the part is going to be manufactured, then it is going to be assembled again, right?
Yeah.
If the part is manufacturing but it is not assembling, that is also not of use, right?
Yes. Yes.
So we are not a production engineer to just make the part manufacturing feasible. That is not our job. Our job is decide and take action to make a part manufacturing plus fitment feasible. Okay? And that too before it is being manufactured. We have to design in a way, we have to think in a way, we have to keep the approach in a way that these things don't go wrong. These
Okay.
things become as simple as possible. Okay. Yeah. To make correct decisions in the design guidelines or the design procedures, and to technically know why what is done and how the thing is done, so that to avoid mistakes in the future, to avoid basic escalations, what we say. So basically in the companies, like you are what you are expecting is to be technically well versed, right?
Yeah.
So that's what, like if I would be taking your interview for your what we say experience level, I would be asking these questions. I would be drawing a diagram and I would be asking the tooling feasibility of it.